Magic 30th sells out or gets pulled. The secondary market sells a Mox Pearl for $3,000, or does it? And we now know what happened to the sealed Collector's Edition and International Collector's Edition boxes I sold a month ago. I have unique takes and insider information on these topics that you're not going to want to miss, and it starts right now. The report is that the Magic 30th Anniversary Edition sold out in about 36 minutes after launch on Cyber Monday, but Wizards put up this craftily worded cryptic tweet that indicates the sale is over, but not explicitly saying it is sold out. Since that tweet, the interwebs are speculating away at what really happened. Did it get pulled after low sales for Wizards to save face? Does Wizards have a stockpile of it like they had for Lost Legends? And will they be selling it in multiple waves? But before we jump into it, I want to remind everyone to like and subscribe, and in return for doing so, I'll give you an upfront hint as to what happened to the International Collector's Edition and Collector's Edition boxes I sold. But more on that later. While everything Magic 30th Anniversary Edition that we go over today is pure speculation, we can likely get some clues based upon what Hasbro's motivations are as a company. Hasbro's paper Magic sales are waning as competitive play is moving to MTG Arena. This is not surprising. In fact, MTG Arena was necessary to ensure the growth of Magic. But as online play cannibalizes paper Magic, Hasbro has shifted to printing cards for casual formats and collectors. They're taking a page from Pokemon. Pokemon fans are more heavily weighted towards collectors than players, at least when compared to Magic. This gives Pokemon less incentive to develop a competitive online gaming environment, but solidifies their moat in paper cards. Hasbro wants to deepen their tap into the collectibles market, and they've been experimenting with card variants, collector's boxes, serialized cards, and secret lair drops ever since. Magic 30th Anniversary Edition is their experiment into pushing the limits of the reserve list and seeing if they can tap into the collectability of the reserve list. To do that, they will not make these packs ultra available. They must create at least the perception of scarcity to be successful. I'll take that a step further. They must artificially limit the supply such that the secondary market can flip these packs at a profit to be successful. If their first break of the reserve list has everyone selling these packs for less than they bought them for, perception of demand and scarcity of any future reserved list reprints will be questioned. A Redditor by the name of MTG Salesio reported that 1,936 of these boxes sold. While I do find it more likely this was a troll post than a real one, given there's no evidence of credibility given that I've seen, let's imagine what that means if it's true. These MTG 30 boxes are close to 100% profit. That means Hasbro made $1,000 times 1,936 boxes for around a $2 million profit. Do you think a $2 million profit is worth all the negativity from players about this price point and from collectors about breaking the reserve list for a company valued at $8.74 billion? No. This is a test to identify the demand and the feasibility of pushing the reserved list further in the future. I think that like chase cards like Hidetsugu and serialized cards, they're considering placing reserved list collectibles as chase cards in future collectors boxes and needed to test the market response first. So did it get pulled to save face? I think not. I think it got pulled to create artificial scarcity. Do I think it sold to Wizards' expectations? While I think they were testing the expectations, I imagine the market for this product was small enough to surprise them, like it has been with all the other printings of sets over the last couple of years. Will they be selling it in multiple waves? I don't think so. They didn't sell the Legends boxes in multiple waves, but I do think they have a lot more of this product in storage and will use them for events and slip them into future product offerings. Now about the secondary market. We've seen some of the 30th Anniversary Edition Power 9 cards sell at high prices like a Mox Pearl for $3,000, and some go unsold at low prices like a Mox Ruby at $1,000. It seems the market is still trying to figure out how to price this product. I can report from a trustworthy source that the Mox Pearl that sold for $3,000 on eBay didn't actually sell. A connection I have reached out to the reputable seller Kid Icarus, who was selling it on consignment, and it turns out the deal was canceled due to evidence of shill bidding. Shill bidding is where parties invested in the price of that card selling high, bidding on that auction not with the intent of winning it, but with the intent of forcing the eventual winner to pay a higher price. My understanding is the card will be relisted. I have some personal news about the price of the comparable Collector's Edition and International Collector's Edition sealed boxes that I sold for my collection. While I promised the buyer, who is a YouTuber with a channel much bigger than mine, that I would keep his identity and the sale price private, I can confidently say I know what he did with the product. he put it up for auction at Heritage Auctions. In fact, I received this Heritage Auctions magazine that I receive every couple of months about upcoming auctions. And in here, there is a list of my Collector's Edition boxes, both Collector's Edition and International Collector's Edition. Now, I can't tell from these pictures if those ones are mine, but I went up on the site and I compared the images of each side of each one of the boxes to mine. Sure enough, the fingerprint of those boxes exactly matches the boxes that I sold. So I know that they are mine. Those boxes sold on Friday for $19,800 and $15,600. Note those amounts include a 20% fee to Heritage Auctions, so they netted about $16,500 and $13,000. I can tell you that is significantly less than what I sold them for, and I think the market is still valuing them too low until the dust settles on Magic 30th. But what I really think happened is that my buyer sourced this product to Heritage Auctions, and they sold them themselves. They tend to have one of each rare item in a vertical, and many of those are probably there as marketing to draw attention to their auctions. Unlike sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions runs a live auction, and they take bids in real time over the internet, but they sell each item one after the other in what are known as lots. And so it makes sense to have products like one Alpha starter deck, one Beta starter deck, one Unlimited starter deck, one Collector's Edition box, and one International Collector's Edition box in the same auction to drive attention, which is exactly what they had. I will say their Unlimited Edition starter deck sold for $20,400, which is significantly more than the two that I sold around $15,000 just a couple months ago. The sealed market has also seemed to be starting to climb again recently, so we'll see if that sustains itself and pulls Magic out of its bear market. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye-bye.